So welcome back to the social class for class 8. Now we'll go for the second sessions of class 8 history chapter 7. In a previous class we found that the weaver, ironsmithers and the factory owners, how the European peoples are attracting more the Indian productions, especially which are made by the hand, which they are utilizing more technique which they are transformed from their ancestors to especially by the traditional methods of production process. So due to that cause the high demands in the Europe, especially in the England. But during those times we found that in European country also the productions are more there, but they are utilizing more by the machine productions instead of by their hand. So manually works are more important and which they can be do a more, especially those who are more skilled. So the things we found in the past sessions. So today we'll go for the second sessions. That is the Indian textiles and the worlds in the market. The first that is on the change. The change which is the quality of cloth, the name of the cloth, and which their productions are sent into the Europe. Because in India, especially by the handmade, which they are sold into the market, but the Indian people due to the economically conditions are very low, that they are unable to purchase more there. So what are the good productions are produced in India, especially to the luxurious goods which they are attracted more by the high class people, especially the rich people, that things they are exported to the Europe. And due to that cause, when they are exported into the Europe, it was attracted more by the European peoples. And due to that cause, like one particular productions and commodities are sold continuously there, so their local productions are not started sold. And that's make a problem. Like suppose one goods are brought here and we are selling them continuously. So our local peoples are unable to sell our goods. So it's make a problem for our local people. Because the peoples are going to purchase the other goods which are come from the outside. And whatever we have commodity here, whatever we are goods are here, so that's are not purchased. So it's make a loss for their local people. So due to that cause, now the peoples are started to making and they are started to agitations and take up processions and demonstrations to the government to stop and bendings of export a good from the other country, and whatever they have that they only want to be sold in the market. So that systems which we refer as the Calico Act. Especially the Calico which refers to the Calicut, and it is in Kerala. We already know the history. Like the Portuguese come to the India to make a business with the Indian people to collect things like the spices, and in exchange the barter system was there. But they are collecting the good quality of India and that things are sold into their international market, especially in Europe. And when their qualities are very good and people are purchasing them more, then that where it was sold that commodity, that for that people it was hamper. Because the outside goods are sold more there and whatever their local peoples are producing there, so that goods are not purchased. So that will make a loss in business for the locality. So that's why they are raising their voice against the exporting goods from the other country, and they want to sell their own local goods, and that's they are making a law in their parliament. That's we refer as the Calicut Act, which was started in the 1820. Now the next, that is in 1864, the spinning jenny. The spinning jenny was invented by the John Kay. This spinning jenny is the machine. Like in our locality, when we are making cloth by the women, I think you might have seen that, hand women. Like when they are making their galais, meklas, or whatever they sold, whatever they are making there, with the help of our own local instrument we are making there. So the spinning jenny also same, they are the machines which are invented by the John Kay in 1764, and these machines they started to producing more and more there. So this is the name of the machines which is used for the woven cloth, the making of the cloth. But in the later sections we found that the Richard Arkwright in 1786 he started the steam engine, and this steam engine, that machineries are produced more than the spinning jenny. In spinning jenny, for example, that in a day they can produce a 10 cloth a day. But what is difference on that? when we do by our manually, by the hand, we took 2 days, 3 days to complete a one cloth by the manually. But with the help of the machinery, in a day we can produce 10, 20, 30. Today also you can take an example to making a one cloth by the manually by our own local people. It took a 2 days, 3 days. But in the factory and industry, we found that the mass productions in one day 80, 90, 200, 300 productions can be done by the machineries. So we found that in spinning genie, when it was invented by the John Kay, and that's all modified by the Richard Arkwright and make them to more efficient to produce more and more as per the demand of the people. This they are made in 1786, and when they are making there, we found that it is the quality and cheap too. When the productions are more there with the machinery, that quality may be not good. It may be affected, it may be defected. But with compared to the spinning genie, when the Richard Arkwright they invented the steam engines, that means the machinery with the help of the steam engine, and they can be generated and they can be productions more there. Their qualities are better and they are sold them into the market with the lower price. And that is exactly affected to the local producer. Because for the local producers, they are making a cloth which took 2 days and they are sold them into, for example, 200 rupees. But another side we found that they are made by the machinery and they are producing in 2 days 50 cloth. So you see the difference. In 2 days they make a one cloth by the hand, and another side 50 clothes are made within the 2 days. So people are demanding more than, people are taking more than, because as per the past productions they are sold more there, and ultimately it is affected to the local producer. Because one side it is took a more days to complete the cloth, another side we found the machineries are productions are more and more there, as well as they sold them into the cheap price which compared to the handmade. The handmade, their time, their hard workings are involving more there. In machine productions, the machines are producing there, but it took a less time. So that's why they sold them into the low price, and ultimately it is affected more than that. And the things we'll study on the next sessions when it's come there, when the industries are set up there, how really it is affected more to the local producer, and they are not happy after inventions of the machinery. And today also you can take the examples like the men and women, especially after inventions of computer, the people are use more things on the computer, which can be took 7-8 people by only one computer. So that means day by day we are occupied by the machineries, and people are likely to go for that also. So the next, that is the who were the weavers. In this weavers, especially refers, now come back to the India itself. India, we found like some of the people, especially who are very expertise on making of the cloth, like Julas, Momins, Tantis, especially found these things into the West Bengal, Chiranj and Chittigars. So these are the peoples which they learn a technique from their ancestor. Today also you may find that when it refers to the, like for example, our own localities, either you may be different tribe, but our peoples, our own tradition, when we refers to the tribe and community, we have our different colors, different dress, which are signify, oh, this belong to that particular community or particular tribe. So that means when the productions are more there, which they are learning that technique from and skill from their ancestor, how they are producing these things very proper way and go continuously there. And most of the things we found in the West Bengal like Tanti, who are very expertise on productions of that particular cloth. Like when we refers like electronic, the mostly refers to be like the technology, science and technology refers to the Karnataka, like we refers to the film city Mumbai. So different territories and different areas, they have especially specialized on that particular things. So those names, Julas, Momins, Tantis, especially the persons who are expertise on productions of that particular good, and which their techniques are very good, which they are learning from their ancestor, and continuously productions there, and their quality also very fine one. So these are some of the topic which I covered today, and the remaining topic how the Indian textiles are decreasing, and handmade or by the manually works are overtook by the machinery, and those people who are locally producers are not happy because their productions are taken by the machineries. because they are unable to compete with the machineries, and people are now going to the switch toward the machine goods, and they are not fine, and they are not happy with the machine productions and how it's affected, especially to the poor people who are very expertise, like which are reapers like kantis, moments and julas. So it was really affected to them, and those peoples are combined together and go for the strike against the government to the introducing the new machineries and policy, which they are lost their job due to the machineries. So for today that much only there. So remaining portions will go for the next sessions, and there we will study in India itself the new factories and industries are set up there, especially textile industries are set up there, like in Kanpur, Ahmedabad, Mumbai, which attracting more peoples to be work, but they got job inside the factory and industry. But another side we found that those who are expertise on the making of the cloth, they also lost their occupations because they are dependent their livelihood for the making of that cloth. Now they are lost. Why? Because machineries are now overtook to them. So that much only there, and after once you study, if you have any confusion and any problem there, then you can ask me, then I try to make it more clarify on that. But don't stop studying. Study, underline the things, and it will be more easy for you to remember. So for today that much. Thank you.